Article on Yahoo about the boat tours at Niagara Falls. American ships are operating at 50% of their former capacity and Canadian ships are operating at 6 persons per boat, a fraction of the business they would have done before. Guess which boat tour is going to go out of business? Nothing says you're losing money, like putting 6 people on a boat that has capacity for hundreds. I was going to leave a comment with my usual link to my website, yourundergroundnews.weebly.com, and found a note from Yahoo. Our goal is to create a safe and engaging place for users to connect over interests and passions. In order to improve our community experience, we are temporarily suspending article commenting. Yes, until after November's US election, I'll bet. Canadians think that their lower COVID statistics have to do with the fact that they're playing it safer than the Americans are, but the fact is we have 1/10 of the population of the United States for starters, and secondly there is more faking of COVID results in the States because of the Illuminati attempt to shut down the election. They want mail-in voting so they can rig the vote. So Yahoo Canada is shutting down any commenting on their posts. They see there are too many of us who are awake now. Me, Ivo, this is censorship. They offered a forum before for everyone to comment on, pro or con the fake news they were presenting. They can see there are too many awake people on their feeds and they're shutting down their comments because they don't want us influencing anyone positively. They can see they're losing so they've gone ahead and done this, even on articles like Kim and Kanye's divorce, which nobody should really care about anyway, they're not allowing commenting. We all know this has to do with the NWO agenda and that they want to control the narrative with no opposition. They know the truthers out there are opening the eyes of the ones still asleep. Ivo, not exactly, my dear. They are, however, the primary factor is the increase in frequencies the planet is experiencing, not to say they are not attempting to shut that down. As you can see, you are under a blanket of clouds today again, and these are manufactured clouds. They are fake. They are attempting to block out the sun. Me, I can't say I even mind because it's been so damned hot. Ivo, and this again is where they have you, my love. It would be best to do a chemtrail removal meditation today and get the sun back. The sun is your primary source of energy and a primary factor in waking up people. And they know this. Me, okay. I wish there was someone of the light who is really rich who would open up space on the internet and allow the real news to be reported without hassle. Ivo, this is coming, my love. Many light workers have project funding, and this is one way these monies can be used, to create uncensored forums for spreading the truth. Your Facebook and Twitter will lose popularity as they continue to censor the truth. Someone will step forward and create a new space for the real news to be told. Me, let's hope so. I remember years ago, someone going around telling everyone to get their project descriptions done up so you can take these descriptions into the bank when you go to cash your Zim and set up accounts. We had no idea then what was even necessary. So much has changed since then that the world's needs have changed. The needs that first have to be recognized are forums for the truth, television that doesn't lie to you, that tells the truth. Imagine that, a broadcaster running concurrently with the Cabal News Network, CNN, that tells it as it really is instead of warping the truth into a pile of lies. Imagine being able to watch the news and feel good when you shut it off, understanding that progress is being made and people are being better informed instead of lied to. Really, no wonder I get grouchy sometimes thinking this is the world I have to endure. And that is the truth of it, endure. I shut my Facebook account down yesterday for good. I can't be on there anymore. I'm running out of steam for this endurance race and I'm just walking away from bullshit. Ivo, I more than hope, my love. Someone will step up to give you this. The secondary factors are very strong, and that is the energetic influence of the light workers who hold light in the name of the Creator on your planet. With your doing this, you wake up people around you without even attempting to. There is more done at higher levels of consciousness than there is in your battling it out on Yahoo News with dissenters. All you must do is hold the highest light possible. Be of the highest consciousness possible and embody the truth to the highest degree you can. That way you are a light that influences people to seek their own light and come out of their darkness. Continue to get the word out, because the more people read your responses, the more are touched by your light, but understand this is done at higher levels than your physical level. There is no change at your physical level without change at the non-physical level, because your physical world is a reflection of all thinking in higher realms. It is a movie screen that displays all thought projected onto it. Imagine your world, your physical world, as a movie screen. You are an actor in that movie. What you see is a projection of your own thoughts. Me, so who projected COVID-19? Ivo, as always, the cabal created the virus and you were shown it would happen. Reference your movies. There were virus movies and many others about contagions, and so forth. It was put into your minds then as a possibility, and now you all have co-created it. Also, your medical establishment has created the reality of viruses for you, and incurable ones at that, such as the common cold. It is curable, however you are not led to believe so. Me, yes. On that post I got onto the other day, where I saw that the only thing people who didn't believe me could do is ridicule or attack me. There were no people on this particular feed who would explain why they believed the mainstream narrative. They only ridiculed and attacked those who didn't, calling us crazy conspiracy theorists. That was their only defense, it seemed. Nothing that made sense. They couldn't explain why they believed it, only that they would laugh at anyone who didn't agree with them. I find this lack of intelligence alarming and believe this has to do with the dumbing down of North America. Dumbing down seems to go hand in hand with bullying and aggressive behavior. Ivo, yes, some did explain that their mask protects you and your mask protects them. Me, I can't figure that one out either. Why would your mask protect me but not yourself? Yes, so you spit when you speak and your mask catches this before it enters the air around you. Okay. When I speak to you without a mask on, my spray then lands on your mask and doesn't allow the virus entry into your airspace, because if it's a barrier one way, then it has to be a barrier the other way. How can a mask protect someone in one direction and not the other direction? That doesn't make sense to me at all. The other thing that doesn't make sense to me is, why are we mandated, to wear a non-medical mask if this is such a contagious, virulent virus that kills people, and we've been made to take all these other measures. Our lives have been stopped dead in their tracks. We've been told to stay home, only go out when necessary and stay 6 feet apart, so this is a really virulent virus. Why then a non-medical mask? And why mandate the mask 4 months after this all started? Why mandate the mask wearing when now we're at level 3 and they're allowing groups of 50 or less to gather again? We should be wearing a mask that protects us at medical standards, not some cloth thing that someone sewed up in their basement. Ivo, yes. It does not make sense on the terms they have provided. Not at all. Me, so this only makes sense to people who believe, hook, line and sinker, what the media tells them. And the media is taking strides to block out people who can actually think for themselves. This is what's going on. The ones who can think for themselves aren't afraid, the ones who are fearing just believe everything they're told. What this confirms to me is why I can't stand living on Earth. It totally confirms to me the dissatisfaction I've had with my entire life, trying to live as an Earthling, at least within the context that was provided to me. The other thing that's going on is I'm so fed up of it all. Ivo, I know. I feel your anger when you go out into the shopping centers and see masked people standing in line. Me, it's absolutely stupid. Doing all this for a disease that kills no more people than getting in car accidents would in a year. Trump has mandated all COVID results be sent to his new task force instead of the CDC, so now we're going to start seeing the truth. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. Ivo, and this is what is going on, my love. It is a battle of truth versus the lies. Me, I'm still getting hits on my website. I'll just go to Canadian television sites and put up my link there. Ivo, As for your dissatisfaction at being an earthling within the context provided to you, yes, of course. This dissatisfaction led to on a quest to find real meaning in your life, and you have realized real meaning does not happen with the people who live afraid of your system. Those who are here to create a new world do not enjoy living in the world that you have come here to fix. And now you will get your chance. Me, Ivo, I see this splitting out. Maskers versus anti-maskers. Rioters versus non-rioters. Warlike versus the peaceful. Unawakened versus the awake. I see this splitting out. I was told that I had to start a community of like-minded people, and I wasn't even aware of the depth that would entail. Now I see that I have to try to provide a space where these ridiculous restrictions aren't practiced. I can see we would be seen as pariahs by the normies who are vaccinated and microchipped, and God forbid those people better not include my grandnieces and nephews. I see a lot of awakened younger people, so I'm holding out hope for them. I've seen people preaching that soon we're all going to experience the event and boom, we'll all be in 5D together. Oh yeah? Do you see this happening anytime soon? Why is it that those who made it to 5D level are still on the same earth as those who aren't? I know they haven't permanently separated from the lower dimensions because their energy is still required in the lower dimensions to help wake up the sleeping. What I want to know is, if it's so easy for everyone to go to 5D, then why did I do all the work on myself? It's simple. Because doing the work on yourself is still the way to 5D, and the people who say everybody and his brother is going to just instantly ascend is full of it. We're going to get to 5D by doing the work on ourselves. When our world changes enough, aligns with Kesara law, and we all start telling the truth and practicing the truth through universal law, and stop attacking others because we don't have an answer to their questions, stop attacking others because they're different from us, then we'll get to 5D. I see this as a long process for humanity, not something that's going to happen in a grand solar flash. Ivo, the incoming energies will purify the people of Earth more and more to ready them for Gaia's return to 5D. When Gaia will return to 5D is a matter of quite a while. We do not see this happening for at least 10 years. Those who are older and ready to go to 5D will either pass on and then incarnate on 5D Earth, or will ascend within this lifetime. There are many already holding that frequency now, and these people are guarded from any ill effects of the lower dimensions being played out upon Earth now, although they still do affect them. There are many who have extraterrestrial contact and are working with us to help change the Earth's fortunes. They can be considered fifth dimensionals, however they are still capable of accessing fourth dimensional Earth for this work. Me, what about flying people to 5D Earth via saucer? Ivo, this has been done. Me, and they're living there already? Ivo, no, they go back and forth with us. Me, you haven't taken me. Ivo, I will be. Me, cool. I'm more interested in 5D Vega. Ivo, but for now, you are still part Earthling, and so you can see the new Earth in the fifth dimension. She is already there and she is carrying you towards joining her there. Me, okay, one more thing, Ivo. I'd like your comments please. Another thing from Yahoo, the exchange marked the beginning of an exceptionally turbulent period for Jones, who was demonized by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis as a rogue employee while also being celebrated by his detractors as a brave truth-teller willing to stand up to political power. In a whistleblower complaint Jones filed last Thursday with the Florida Commission on Human Relations, her attorneys alleged that she was fired by the state's Department of Health for refusing to publish misleading health data. Ivo, she is taking them to court. These cases are being publicized by the dark to enforce their point of view, but in fact are helping to wake people up. There are many of the light who are now taking on the tasks of suing the cabal, flagging issues up to the judicial system over COVID-19, reporting or even complaining to the White House or their Congress representative. There are even more who are making a stand in coffee shops against mask wearing, only to be arrested by policemen not wearing masks. These things are all being viewed by many upon your planet and are incidents intended to help wake up those still asleep. If nobody volunteered to be victimized by the police, if nobody volunteered to have to take the health system to court, if nobody volunteered to bring these stressed into their life for the benefit of the public to see, then the public would remain uninformed. Me, so they're not whistleblowers, well some of them are actually, but they're volunteers to show the truth of our world to others in a sense. I wish I could come up with a good word for it. Volunteers to show the corruption? Corruption exposers, I guess. They're exposing the corruption by becoming the victims of it. Some are, like the man in the Montreal coffee shop who was pepper sprayed and wrestled to the ground by 3 cops, one not wearing a mask, because he had health issues and couldn't wear one. He's a corruption exposer. Yeah, this all makes the news, doesn't it? Ivo, not all does, but much of it. Me, thanks, Ivo. Ivo, my love, I know your chronic fatigue is bad right now, but you will prevail. The woman on the video last night was correct, you have much wrong with you. Me, I know. That's why every pill I take helps but never gets rid of the whole condition. I still think it comes from living a lifestyle that isn't normal for humans, isn't healthy for humans, and chemtrailing is a big part of it because when it starts, I stop. Ivo, yes. There may be people who also have chronic fatigue who are listening and perhaps we will do a video to help them. Me, I know sugar is a big part of it. Stay off White Death. I didn't know that fried foods were, but it would make sense. I have to start paying much more attention to my diet and eat lots of vegetables and fruit. I do in the summer anyway. I'm still going to try a GRO Lux lamp for the winter to see if I can replace the missing light that I need. I sourced one that's 10,000 lux, same as tanning beds. I'll keep working to get rid of the chemtrails when they spray us with them because I need the sunlight. Ivo, yes. Me, maybe I'm a corruption exposer in this sense, having chronic fatigue. I have to get away from my computer too, because staring at a bright screen all day and night is not healthy. Ivo, you must find these things out by experimenting. Me, yes. Thanks Ivo.